This day is already crazy. I just threw this whole situation together because I'm going to be on interviews the rest of the afternoon from like what's supposed to be noon, which was actually 17 minutes ago, so I'm late, through like 5 o'clock. I'm going to be doing live streams, catching up with a couple people by phone. And what else am I doing? I think that's pretty much it. Just interviews all day. Oh, and I have to talk to a special someone about a special project. Yeah, that's happening too. So push the video live, threw on some makeup, trying to eat eggs. Like, those don't even look that good. Okay, while I'm waiting for the Zoom link, I also have been going through some sort of craziness with last minute changes and additions to my book cover, which I still need to upload to CreateSpace and Ingram Spark to get the dang thing out. We should have a proof by now, but we don't because this stuff is not there yet. So it's getting done today, and then I'm really excited because once I have that in my hands, once I have a proof in my hands, I get to show everybody, I get to show you what my book looks like, and that could not come any sooner. So it's just been a really, really hectic morning. But the good news is that Vin is feeling better. Thanks to everyone for your well wishes. Even though the video, literally as I'm recording this, only went live like 3 minutes ago, there are lots of well wishes for Vin, so he's feeling better.
Joining me today, and Amy, go ahead and introduce yourself. Pronounce your last name so that I don't botch it, and then we'll get into kind of a little fun conversation about what you have in the works here in January.
At a moment of pivot, when you have a strong brand and a strong following, that is very scary. It is, because people are watching, and so you have to make this conscious decision. But that's what makes it even more important, because what happens is you now actually have people who will give you feedback. That's scary, but what that actually means is it's data. Because if I do something, I am going to find out very quickly whether or not it works, or if it doesn't work. And so that's why it's scary, but that's why it's powerful. And also, when you're making video, you have to keep people guessing on some level. So you have to serve the purpose that you said and you promised, but you also have to keep them guessing, because if they get bored and it's the same thing all the time, and I would even argue that maybe I did that for a little bit too long on my channel, then they're just gonna kind of fade. They're gonna fade and they're gonna find other things, and that's exactly where we are today. If you're not pivoting, it doesn't matter what size you are, but if you're not pivoting, then you're not gonna survive. And I think we even see this with social networks and whether or not they're going to survive, because if the user gets bored and their attention goes someplace else, then you've lost them, and I don't want to lose my viewer. I want to continue to enhance the experience for them. My promise at the very beginning was, I'm going to teach you something in every single video. You will learn something whenever you watch something that I create, but it's not going to be a chore for you. The calls continue. It's now time to do an interview with Paige. Thank you for having me. How are you guys? Okay. I have a special call right now. I can't vlog, at least not right now. I might vlog it and keep it from you. That was the best intro of all time. Gentlemen, thank you so much. No one's ever actually said that about me yet, that I'm the author. So thank you so much for having me here today. One of the most important days ever for a first-time author. Thank you. It's very easy to chalk up the fact that you must be born for something like this, but it's just not true. You can become proficient in communicating if you practice communicating. You just have to work on that particular medium. So when this comes up all the time in Q&As when I speak, I'll get the guy in the audience that's like, I'm not fun. I don't like talking on the camera. I don't want to vlog. I wear a tie. I can't do such a thing. And to me, I say to that, If you don't think you can do that, but you were still able to stand up in the middle of this audience and sort of put on a show in a way, I think you can. If your message is important enough and you understand the medium and why your person that needs to hear this, in a fancier way to say it is audience, right, or community, but think of the one person that needs to hear this message. If your message is that important that that person should hear it and they watch video, should you not make video? You should, but you're only going to get better at it if you practice. And so that's why I say you actually can achieve talent with video. It just takes practice. And I'm going on more than 700 videos on this one channel, more than 1,000 in my career. So there's been a lot of practice. Was I born to do this? No. Was I the ham of the family? Nope, that was my sister. There was always somebody that was predictable for that path, but I just decided my message was important enough, and so I got versed in being on camera. And then I started experimenting with things like comedic timing and having editing help me in that. But you don't have to get that fancy. You just have to look at the lens like it's a person, and you're good on camera. People who I've worked with who are not that good, or anyone that's listening to this that thinks I'm definitely not good, I've seen myself, it's because you stopped and you didn't keep going and you didn't try to get better and you didn't try to learn from those mistakes. Exactly. And you can't get better if you stop. And you also can't get better if you podcast or vlog and never hit publish. That's the other thing, is really getting over that fear of getting feedback. If you're lucky enough to get feedback that people are actually watching, take the feedback and grow from it, because that's the only way that you're going to get better down the road, and you have to click publish to get there.
I got a hot day tonight. Don't tell her. I know them boots though.
The same coat that they see me in all the time.
Dun 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 dun. Oh. But the boots though.
It's finally time for dinner. More importantly, wine. More importantly, time with my boo. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to walk away from the computer right now. Like, so excited. Do you see this? This is my excited face. Remember it.
Somebody said in our videos that we should show off more of the people that we come into contact with.
Well, that would insinuate we run into people.
Like when we ran into people on the street, we were talking to the person at the book loft, and the people at Chipotle we should talk to, like behind the counter, and say hi, and we should show their faces. But I'm not sure.
You have to ask permission for that sometimes. So I think there are scenarios where that absolutely makes sense.
Yes.
But my favorite conversations are the one I have with Vincenzo, so I like to feature them.
Yeah, I
mostly.
agree. I think it was just a really good question.
It is.
And one that we could answer here and drop some knowledge.
Well, how about
folks.
this? I was actually thinking, since we have so many events this weekend.
We definitely do. They will meet a lot of people.
Yeah, actually this weekend you're going to meet quite a few people because we have brunch meetings.
We do.
Of the utmost importance.
You know, you can't just pop people's faces into photos. And I think somebody specifically asked about Casey Neistat in one of the videos, and like, how come he could show it off? There's probably a couple. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but there's probably a few reasons. One, if they've come into contact with Casey before and they already know he's filming, that's like kind of one thing. Casey could have on his building, he might even have like on his door, it says camera's always on or something. I don't really know. But for the rest of us who are normal folk, we have to ask for permission. And I'm sure Casey has to ask for permission a lot of times too.
Yeah, and I think
Where am I going here?
you're not getting sprayed by this thing, hopefully. What? Let's try not to get that close.
It's de-icer.
I've sort of made a joke of it a little bit, like not a joke, like it's a real thing.
Am I gonna get?
Like when I went, go straight.
Okay.
When we did the DRAC event, right? Oh, we just got sprayed by.
We just got de-iced. The Kia just got de-iced.
When we went to the DRAC event, I knew Vin was going to be filming a lot of just sort of B-roll of me speaking to the board. And it's a public board meeting, so A, that's good. And B, I just said to everyone there, I said, I want you guys to know I'm documenting my life over the next 31-ish days. And so that means Vincenzo is going to be rolling the camera on us, and mostly me, while I'm doing this meeting. So if you have a problem with that, please let me know. But if not, he'll, just be quietly doing that. And so that's one instance. The other thing is, I think there's a little bit of flexibility when you are in public, in terms of if you're caught on camera,
yeah.
Right. But I think there's a level of respect that goes into it too. And I personally when I can avoid having other people on camera when I didn't really ask for them, I feel better. I may have accidentally done it in the past. I may have done it in the past just because I thought the moment was so important to me that I didn't ask for permission. I think you have to really think about that these days. People don't want their lives captured sometimes, and especially on your thing where you may profit from it or be better for it. Okay, we're gonna be there kind of soon. Do you see where it says Marcella's?
Yeah.
And then a couple more down it says Pearl.
Can we talk about how good that just was? Like the food that I just placed into my mouth and down into my belly was
Fabulous. Just fabulous.
I mean, fabulous is not even the word. Shockingly, I only had just one old fashioned with rye.
I know, I only have one
love
glass
rye.
of wine. I expected to have way more wine tonight, but the food was so good.
Amy likes Cabernet Sauvignon, and I am a fan of rye, as in the liquor. Liquor.
Today was a pretty good vlog. It's kind of long, I think. I think it's going to be a long one.
3-minute one.
I'm a sucker for 5-minute videos. I love 5-minute videos, but I didn't want like the last ones to be too short. But they were a little short. Beautiful. He's proud. He's proud. He's a proud Kia driver.
What did I ask you to put on your playlist?
Okay, we're not talking about that right now.
No. Tell everybody what I asked you to put on the playlist.
Sting. So anyway.
That's my hint. Like I'm asking you guys for help.
Okay, no. They can't tune into Sting. They can't tune into Sting because we have to close out the vlog.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
So it's been a couple days since I've said this, but I want to remind you. Ben.
What?
Oh, look at that. I want to remind you, Ben.
Oh, are you talking to me or them?
I'm talking to them, but I need you on backup.
Okay.
Because we know you've got those incredible spirit fingers.
Subscribe
for good vibes. Subscribe for good vibes. I am giving away 3 copies of my book every day this month. So if you subscribe, make sure you have notifications turned on. Make sure you watch the video in the first hour that it's out, comment and like, and you will automatically be entered to win a copy of my book.
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
$1 million. You never seen that? Austin Powers?
What does that have to do with winning my book?
That's what they're gonna win, $1 million. All right, fine.
No, you're not.
Fine.
No, you're not. That's false advertising. You're not winning $1 million.
You're right.
The book is called Vlog Like a Boss, How to Kill It Online with Video Blogging. Find out more details at vloglikeaboss.com.
VLOGBOSS.
You keep interrupting me.
I'm just telling them how to spell
This was supposed to be
Vlogboss.
like a 1-minute fade out.
I want to tell them how to spell Vlogboss.
If you don't know how to spell Vlogboss at this point,
you need the book.
Honestly. I don't even remember what I was gonna say. We'll see you later. Good night. You're really, really bad at like stopping.
I don't want to stop.
I know. Can't stop, won't stop.